Welcome back, everyone. Today is a big day, major announcement day, probably the biggest announcement I've ever done on this channel related to this channel. And then we've got a couple breaking news stories here that I'm going to go through at the end. But the big announcement, and I've teased this a little bit on a couple of posts, and I did a YouTube live teasing it, is we are finally finished. And when I say we, I mean I've partnered with one of the largest home drug testing manufacturers in the world, Exploro, and together we have put together a about 30-minute master class that will take someone from beginning to end and let them know everything that they need to know to give them the best chance to pass a THC drug test. So it covers everything that you should do, everything that you shouldn't do, how much water you should be drinking, when you should be testing, a home testing schedule, how long you can expect THC to stay in your system. Basically, it's everything that I can't post here on YouTube. YouTube's policies are so strict related to drug testing, basically. So anything that they feel is aimed at trying to pass a drug test or beat a drug test, they completely take down, they eliminate. So we've made this masterclass. It is available on exploroacademy.com, and we guarantee, we are so confident that if you take this class and you use the Exploro drug test and you home test on the schedule that we lay out, that we guarantee that you will pass an upcoming drug test for THC. Specifically, if you don't, no questions asked, we refund all of your money. The links will be in the description box below. To introduce this, there are very few, there are limited spots at a very, very discounted rate. So check that out as soon as you are done with this video, please, if you are concerned with an upcoming drug test and potentially testing positive for THC. All right, and now for a couple of breaking news stories as it pertains to the potential legalization of marijuana. The first is congressional researchers say that the DEA is, quote, likely to reschedule marijuana with broad implication for taxes, housing, immigration, and more. So this has been a point of contention since the HHS recommended that marijuana be rescheduled from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3. There's been a lot of controversy, confusion, questions about whether the DEA will accept, because the DEA makes the final decision, whether the DEA will accept that recommendation and reschedule marijuana. The congressional researchers say that this is likely, so that is big news. All right, and next, and maybe even more importantly, is an article entitled "Cannabis Banking Bill Clears Senate Committee." And I'll read you the first couple sentences here. A cannabis banking bill cleared a Senate committee for the first time ever just this past Wednesday morning. The Secure and Fair Enforcement Regulation Banking Act provides a safe harbor for legal state-level marijuana dispensaries and growers to access federally regulated banks and credit unions that have been wary of the persistent federal ban. And I think the obvious implication here is that potentially, if you are involved in a legal cannabis-related business, that you will have a much easier time accessing the banking system, the financial system. This has been a real problem for a long time for legal cannabis businesses. I've made a number of videos on that as well. So please go to exploroacademy.com or click on the link in the description box below if you are concerned about potentially testing positive for THC on an upcoming drug test. I think it is essential viewing. And again, we're so confident that you will pass a test for THC that we are offering a money-back guarantee if you do not. All right, until next time, everybody, stay safe.